guys, so we are live with RCW. As my computer wants to update Apple. Sorry, you're gonna have to wait. This is a makeup stream for not streaming on Wednesday. I wasn't feeling too good. I was having stomach problems. And, you know, when you're not feeling 100%, like, physically, you know, how can you, do something at the most in the most effective way? And me, with my commentary and the passion that I have for wrestling, I just needed to sort of take a personal day, not you know, do it. And I was like, okay, you know, I guess I will stream RCW today to make up for it. And before we start the show, I'd like to start off by saying thank you guys for everything that you have done for this show. I know I say this quite a bit, and I know sometimes it can get a little too much, but I just want to thank you guys for everything that you bring to the show and everything that comes out of this, because honestly, without you guys watching it, even if it's just a couple of you, whatever, and you're sharing it with your friends, and all the follows we've gotten on the channel, and everything that has come of this show since it debuted in August of last year, you know, it's been great. And I got a lot of things coming, and I hope that you guys, you know, continue to enjoy the show as much as you have throughout its tenure. And the show is not ending by any means. You know, the stuff is going to keep going. And I never thought that I would get this much enjoyment out of something like this. You know, making the storylines and doing the universe mode and the fake tweets thing. I think that was a great addition that we did for the show in season 2, and since then it has gotten great. So we are going to open up the show with Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Now I know probably some of you are like, oh my god, you're starting off a match like this. But reason being is because the way we do things around here is we like to have our champions, thus Seth Rollins, the Carnage champion. What's up, Zinix? Thus Seth Rollins, our Carnage champion, we like to have him be in action. We like to have our champions in action. We had CM Punk debut against, I believe it was AJ Styles, I believe. And that was phenomenal. I know this is like main event caliber, but wait a minute. Bear with me, okay? The main event tonight, it is going to be a Hell in a Cell match where J-Rogue will be taking on, I forget who I put on the card. I can't think at the top of my head. All I know is that J-Rogue is in a Hell in a Cell match. And I guarantee you guys are going to love to see that, as it's his first match here on RCW since he decided to make a lot of statements. Since his whole entire family made a lot of statements. And some of you have been wondering, you know, what's the deal with Chris Danger? I still don't know what the deal is. I still don't know what his deal is and how he decided to turn on the Outlaws or something. I have no idea what is going on in his head, and I don't know why he decided to do what he did. But, you know, with Chris Danger aligning himself with the Outlaws, you know, once you're aligned with the Outlaws, you start to develop this attitude where you don't care. And if you already don't care, then your care level goes all the way down. because the Outlaws don't really give a damn about anything. And that's just kind of how they roll. I was able to make a surprise signing. I'm not going to tell you guys who it is. But this particular superstar will be coming to RCW. He is not a superstar that any of you will know. Because he's a guy that I made myself. So you won't know who it is. But I guarantee you guys are going to like him as well. And it's going to be fun. But we're winding down Season 4, which is fantastic. This season probably has to be our best season yet with the additions we have made, with just the matches that we have had. And, like I was saying before at the beginning of the stream here, just the amount of support that you guys give the show, even if you can't make it here every single time the show is live. If you guys watch it on YouTube, or if you guys hear about it, even talking about it is still fun. Even if you've never seen a damn episode of RCW, but you talk about it and you love, the interaction with the fans and with the community and things like that. Like, that is just as great as somebody who watches the show daily. The interactions, the feedback, everything that comes out of this show is fantastic. And explosive is the right word to describe this match. But with that said, we are going to get started here with Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Seth Rollins, you might know him now as the RCW Carnage Champion after beating Mustafa Ali, who is now Ali, apparently, because WWE changed his name. And I don't understand the whole idea with shortening up people's names. Like, I can understand Harper and Rowan and stuff like that, because it just kind of works that way. But with other things, I don't know. It would just be like calling Seth Rollins just Rollins or something like that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. That's just me. But we have Seth Rollins here. As you can see, that championship around his waist definitely matches his red and black attire very nicely. As CM Punk, now you're probably wondering, how in the world did I get CM Punk to sign with us? Knowing his story with WWE and knowing how he is with Vince and knowing how much he hates WWE, his words, not mine, his actual words too. He actually doesn't like WWE. He has them all blocked on social media and stuff like that. And he hated the way he was being treated, and I don't blame him on that one. The WWE kind of treats their superstars like crap. They kind of they'll push somebody and then they'll just toss them over to the side after that, and that's what they kind of did with Paige. When she got injured, and then they put her. They had her do her major push. And then they had her do with the PCB, and then the heel thing, and then everything else, and then it kind of just went. And, to me, that's just me. That's how I've been observing things, and sometimes it's not the best thing to do. But CM Punk, I told him, I said, we offer a lot more opportunities than probably Vince is ever going to give him in his life. I guarantee he's going to love his time here as CM Punk is coming out here, the best in the world, CM Punk. And him and Stone Cold have been having quite, I wouldn't really call it the rivalry, I would say more or less a tension. Tension has risen. I really wouldn't call it a rivalry yet, but I would say that tension has been has been a lot on the beginning to rise with those two. And I think that nothing good is going to come out of it. As we will see Rosemary in action tonight against Noelle Diamond, if the booking went correctly. But we have Seth Rollins here versus CM Punk to start off the show. Now, like I said, you might think this is main event caliber, and trust me, it is. But I always like to start off the show with a bang and to end the show with a bang too. So even if something might be main event caliber, it's always good to start off the show with a bang too, as well as Seth Rollins Irish whip CM Punk into the corner, and a reversal from CM Punk, and a couple of chops back and forth. And Seth Rollins is able to take CM Punk down, and I've been really enjoying myself with this series. Like, ever since I started it, I never pictured it would be as big as CM Punk takes down Seth Rollins here. And, you know, I never thought it would be as big as it is now in terms of... Because me as a person, I don't know if this happens to you guys, is CM Punk tries to get a roll-up here, and Seth kicks out at not even one. And what's been happening with me lately as a person, and I'm pretty sure this has happened with you guys as well, as Seth Rollins chooses to roll out here, is that, you know, there are things called, you know, fads, you know, things that, things that, you know, are popular for a while, or trends that are popular for a while, and then they kind of die off. Or, you know, they don't die off completely, but they might just kind of, you know, be put on the back burner. Thank you for the follow, Chan. I appreciate it. And, you know, with me in this show, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Was that I was going to get tired of doing this, and I was, you know, just because that's how I am, and that's how I work, you know. I'm the type of person that can go from liking something for a couple months to hating it, or not being obsessed with it anymore, or, you know, or whatever. And maybe, I don't know what that reasoning is. I couldn't tell you. But I do know that I honestly thought that when I did season 1 of this show, and that's why season 1 is so short compared to the other seasons, was that I was like, okay, I'm going to test this out and see what I want to do with Seth Rollins with another reversal, and CM Punk is in some type of trouble here. He's got to roll out to the apron, but I think for the most part, I just thought, okay, I want to try this out and see if I like it. You know, see if I like doing this. It wasn't necessarily about the whole live streaming. I play Xbox, Chan. I play Xbox. I hate PlayStation. No offense to PlayStation users, but I hate PlayStation. And I thought I was going to get bored. You know, I thought the show was going to be something that I did for a while, and then it was going to die off. But now, as we're, you know, a couple months into it, and as we've added elements to the show, and me starting to do video packages for the wrestlers, and, you know, really developing a community for this show in particular, and all the friends that I've made, like Zinix and Slev and, you know, Kim and everybody. You know, I really think that, you know, they have helped tremendously. Like, not just me with loving the show, but me just love being a part of something. You know what I mean? And, you know, I really think that it's made me want to stay doing this show. It made me want to really continue doing this show. Because otherwise, I don't know what I would do with my life. I was kind of in that place where I was like, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do? And now I'm going to college to become something in wrestling. And, you know, that wouldn't be possible if you guys didn't show as much support of this show, and you guys didn't love it as much as I love making it. I'd probably be stuck in the same position where I was, because I was in sort of a position where I was like, what am I going to do with my life? You know, I was majoring in music recording technology. I didn't like what I was doing, and mostly because everyone wanted to make it big in the industry. Everyone was so obsessed about the fame and the fortune that comes with being an artist, and the road trips and the touring and stuff like that. It's like, if you're obsessed with all the glamorous crap, it's not really like that. That's not reality. You know, that's just what we think it is. And, you know, to me, the whole world of wrestling and the acting and everything that goes into it, and the building of characters, you know, that's something that I could do because I just have that creative mind. And, you know, that's something that I could do, so that's why I started doing it. So I want to thank all of you for, you know, showing your tremendous support as Seth Rollins gets a super kick on CM Punk here. And now we're going to start to get back to the match, but I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, just how grateful I am and where I've seen the show go. As Seth Rollins looking for a big move here on the top rope, looking for a moonsault, and CM Punk gets the knees up here. Imagine if he is able to get a win over the RCW Carnage champion as he plants Seth Rollins in some sort of a little pile driver there, and CM Punk going up to the top rope now. I've seen him do this multiple times, possibly looking for elbow drop on Seth Rollins, looking to get the pin here. 1, 2, Seth Rollins kicks out at 2.5. CM Punk getting a little irritated at the ref there, and just kind of a little bit of a frustration pin here. CM Punk cannot let his temper get the best of him here. Possibly looking for go to sleep or Anaconda Vice here, but Seth Rollins able to reverse it, and he's looking for it again. Super kick again on CM Punk. And Seth Rollins definitely knows what he's going for next, and I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see the curb stomp here. Curb stomp on CM Punk, and he's busted open. The referee is in perfect position here, and CM Punk kicked out. I thought Seth Rollins would have had him there, but he's got to remain on the gas pedal looking for an enziguri there, but CM Punk able to reverse it, a DDT to Seth Rollins. And CM Punk, the best in the world, is fired up. I don't care what Shane McMahon says. CM Punk started that whole thing first. Well, then Chris Jericho kind of said, I am the best in the world at what I do, whatever, you know. But CM Punk, you know, definitely one of my favorites of all time. CM Punk again going for that elbow drop, but Seth Rollins able to duck out of the way this time. Looking for another curb stomp. Connecting with another curb stomp on CM Punk. And look at the blood all over CM Punk right now. And I think we can say this is over with a 1, 2, and a 3. And Seth Rollins starts off with a win here against one of RCW's newest signees in CM Punk. But I expect to see a lot more from CM Punk and see exactly what he has in store for us. He's only had a couple matches, but I'm pretty sure he's going to enjoy his time here, and I promised him that we are going to treat him properly. Just like we do with all of our other superstars. He might not be booked all the time, but you know, if you guys love seeing him, then we're definitely going to book him a lot more. Because this show is a viewer-driven show. So if you guys like to see somebody, or you guys like what's going on and you want to see somebody, you know, bad camera angle though. Thanks a lot, 2K. But if you guys want to see somebody, let me know. You know, kind of keep it in what we're doing right now. You know, like if somebody is not on the roster, you know, I'm not just gonna throw them on the roster. But you know, if you think there should be a good opponent for Seth Rollins for his title or something like that, or if you've been watching the show for a while and you want to see somebody on the show or something like that that you haven't seen in a while, maybe it's somebody who makes a really big return or a really big debut, and you know, we don't know. And something like that, and you guys want to see that, let me know, because I take suggestions into consideration. As we are on to our next matchup, which is Ricochet and Miles Anderson in a tag team against Kalisto and Rey Mysterio. So this is a very unusual tag team. We usually see Miles Anderson kind of be the lone wolf kind of guy. He doesn't really he's not really one of those guys that that would tag team with somebody. But, you know, seeing what Ricochet has done on Raw and SmackDown and other things, you know, and seeing what he has done as a singles competitor, you know, it's definitely going to be very entertaining as we have the one and only Ricochet here on RCW. And man, I love his entrance in this game. I love his entrance, period, but especially in the game. It just looks so cool. And the one and only Ricochet is here for you guys. And I love Ricochet. Ricochet has become one of my favorites as of late. And some of you may be speculating a championship opportunity for him. And I think he would be... in terms of championship material and the titles that we have on this show, I could definitely see him being Carnage championship material at some point, one way or the other. Some of you have said him and Chris Danger would make quite the matchup. But that remains to be seen right now, and we might see him and Chris Danger go at it. Who knows? Depends on where this show goes. But until then, we are here right now, and we're in a real good place with Ricochet, and Ricochet looking to wow the crowd once again with his high-flying antics, as he will be teaming up with this man, Miles Anderson, who doesn't really work well with others, but you know, I don't know, maybe it's maybe these two could be a cohesive unit. I don't know. I have no idea, but as they face this man and Kalisto, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, probably one of the greatest luchador wrestlers of all time. Probably one of his most historic rivalries is the one where he had with Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero on SmackDown, as well as Randy Orton, the Viper Randy Orton back in the day. And we'd seen him here on RCW with Grand Metalik, but he decided to take a little bit of a new direction with his career by breaking up with Grand Metalik and focusing on his singles career. However, you know, we've seen him shine a lot in tag team matchups. However, he might just be one opportunity away or one win away from getting himself a title opportunity, as this man, Kalisto, will tag with him. Don't tire yourself out, Kalisto. You still got a match. I cannot tell you guys how fascinating and satisfying it is to see these luchadors pull off the moves that they do. Definitely very unique compared to most of the wrestlers we have here on RCW. I mean, not to say that we don't have a real good amount of talent, but we do. But you know, there's many unique things that I've seen happen. As Miles Anderson here is on the outside. Thought about helping out Ricochet here, but maybe not. Miles, you kind of have to decide where you're going, buddy. As Ricochet looking to start this match off on Rey Mysterio, and a DDT on Rey Mysterio there. Real quick agility from Ricochet. And I think Miles knows exactly what he needs to do here. And that is take care of Kalisto, as we got a little cutter there from Ricochet. Now Rey Mysterio working on something as Miles wants in this match, but the referee stops him. Irish whip to the corner, and Ricochet with the agility. And Miles is probably good just sitting here watching this in a pin combination here. Rey Mysterio, the punch right to the face of the one and only Ricochet. Uh-oh, looking for a powerbomb perhaps. No? I guess not. Just draping the ropes as now Kalisto is tagged into this match, and Ricochet has to turn his attention to Kalisto now, as Ricochet is in mad trouble here as Miles has yet to get in this matchup. Miles just sitting on the outside. Or the apron, rather. Oh, and Ricochet rolling through here. And that just might be the thing that he needs. I thought he was possibly going to go for a tag there, but I guess not. Ricochet's been doing this all by himself, and as Kalisto reverses that one. Irish whip to the corner. That's not where you want to be, Ricochet. It's not where you want to be. Again with Kalisto with the dropkick, and Ricochet again in severe trouble. And Miles can do nothing but just watch. Ricochet takes Kalisto down, and again, this might be, like I said, this might be the opening that he needs here. If he could just tag in Miles, I would tag in Miles here. I would tag him right now if I were Ricochet here. But no, Ricochet continuing to punish Kalisto, choosing to go on the outside rather than to tag Miles in this match. And like I said, Miles has not been in this match at all. And then one and only Ricochet is completely content with dealing with this himself. I don't know if it's something that Miles might have said to him backstage before the match or what's happening here, but I don't... Doesn't seem like there's any bad blood between these two. And Ricochet with a knee right to the face of Kalisto. Planting Kalisto here. But Kalisto with a reversal as the referee is a little distracted as Miles tried to get in there and a super kick to Ricochet. And like I said, Ricochet, you have a very fresh partner that would love to get in this matchup here. As Kalisto again with the reversal. Takes him down as... Oh, but Miles helping out his partner. Grabbing Kalisto, and Ricochet was probably going to try for that hot tag, but I guess decided not to. And again, I don't know what's going through the mind of Ricochet right now. He doesn't seem to want any part of Miles. As Miles had to get off the apron there. And Rey Mysterio with the drop kick, and I don't know if he was going after Ricochet there, but the referee kind of collided with it. And Miles is in the ring, taking down Rey Mysterio, and Rey sitting there in the ring there. And again, Ricochet just handling this all by himself. Don't worry about Rey Mysterio. Don't worry about that. Focus on Kalisto, the legal man. As Miles took care of Rey for the time being. Uh-oh, Miles, you can't use that in the match. And I think this might be it here. And Ricochet solved this match all by himself. He didn't need Miles. He didn't need him at all. Miles didn't even get in this match once. Wow. Ricochet beating 2 men by himself. I mean, give the assist to Miles a little bit, at least making sure that Rey couldn't break up the pin there, but I mean, dang. What are you doing congratulating Miles? Because Miles didn't do anything. He didn't really do anything in this match. He didn't really do anything in it. Ricochet just kind of was like, I don't care, I'm not going to tag in nobody. It's fine, I'm not going to tag in. You know, that's cool. Like, I'll just do this all by myself, I guess. If that's the motto of Ricochet, I don't know. But whatever it was, that was pretty cool, honestly. Seeing Ricochet be able to take on Kalisto and Rey, 2 very quick men all by himself. And as we have Rosemary, the Demon Assassin, in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Noelle Diamond, and Marielle Rogue will be accompanying her to ringside, as well as Impact's own Tessa Blanchard accompanying Noelle to ringside. So this should be very interesting. If you missed last episode, what we did, which was on Monday, we had Marielle Rogue making her debut match, as well as Rosemary as well, against the Outlaw Sisters, Luna and Sky, in a tornado tag match, which ended with the Outlaw Sisters losing. Or winning, actually. If I remember correctly. Yeah, they won. They won. Yep, I remember correctly. They won. However, that doesn't mean that the message wasn't sent. Obviously, it was J Rogue attacking AJ Styles, and then Marielle Rogue attacking Luna, and then Chris Danger attacking Bryan and turning on the Outlaws. So we had all of that happen in one show. But this whole time, I got the feeling that Rosemary was behind this whole thing. I don't think they did it alone. I think there was some type of planning. And there's Rosemary. And yes, Danger possibly definitely decided to align himself with the Rogues, as J Rogue and Chris Danger have been quite buddy-buddy from what I've heard from Jay. And Rosemary, the Demon Assassin, looking to make her singles debut against Noelle Diamond. So this should be very fun. Alright, let's see how Noelle fares against this one. Noelle had quite the homecoming party, though, getting a win, which was nice for her in that regard. Thank you, Xenix. I appreciate you, man. You do what you gotta do, man. I completely understand that. As Noelle Diamond looking to upset Rosemary here. as Rosemary, the veteran of these two women here, been in TNA, which is now Impact, but, you know, a member of Decay, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary herself in the Undead Realm. And Shadow Realm, as sometimes she likes to refer it to. But you gotta wonder where the Demon Bunny Alley is. Now that's very interesting, as she recently signed a contract with AEW, All Elite Wrestling. So that's very interesting, as the Demon Bunny cannot be far behind the Demon Assassin, as Tessa Blanchard distracting the Demon Assassin Rosemary. And Noelle able to take advantage of that, but Rosemary with a reversal. And Rosemary is very, very versatile. She will make you tap, but she also has that. She also has the Red Wedding, sort of like a. I like to think of it as a Brock Lesnar sort of type of F5 finisher. If you had to have something to compare it to. There was also the iconic spear as well. There's many different moves that she likes to use in her arsenal. And you definitely don't want to get on her bad side. That's for sure. But you have to wonder, though, has Rosemary and the Rogue family, specifically Marielle, you know, from rumor has it that Rosemary trained Marielle before coming to RCW. So that is why Rosemary was brought here to RCW by the Rogues. They actually helped her negotiate her contract, to be honest. As Noelle looked for a Falcon Arrow there, and Rosemary just with the German suplex, and Noelle is in deep trouble here, but Tessa Blanchard again distracting the Demon Assassin, but the Demon Assassin able to have his eyes in the back of her head, and you know, and definitely different from Courtney Rush, her other persona. Whatever that was, whatever part of Courtney's still in there is probably gone. And an exploder suplex there by Rosemary. Looking for the Red Wedding on Noelle, looking to end this match real quick. Red Wedding on Noelle. And Tessa distracting the referee. Once again paying dividends. And the ref is tossing her out. The ref is tossing Tessa out of here. She has been ejected from ringside, and now she has to head back to the locker room. I could say everyone probably expected that at this point. And a DDT by Rosemary, and Noelle has to roll out. But now, for Noelle, her insurance is gone. Noelle's even in bigger trouble now. It's a Demon Assassin just toying with Noelle, and Marielle is loving every second of this. Irish whip to the corner. A fist right to the face. Rosemary likes to use that poison mist when she's in trouble, but she's unable to use it here, as she will be disqualified. She's got to make sure that she doesn't use any of those demonic tactics that we've seen her use on Impact. I don't think she has any corner signatures. Looking for that Exploder suplex again and able to connect. And I don't know what Rosemary's going for here, but whatever it is, it can't be good. I haven't seen her go to the top rope too much. And just a splash on Noelle. That definitely has to hurt. And referee took a minute there. And Noelle able to kick out at 2. As Rosemary is just having her way with Noelle now looking for the guillotine choke. I thought she was gonna go for the red wedding, but it's the guillotine choke. Looked for the guillotine there, but Noelle able to break out of that. And Noelle's trying to possibly get a comeback in this match. Looking to extend the leg of the Demon Assassin. She had a torn ACL, which put her out of commission for a while, and she's still nursing that injury. And Noelle able to reverse that one. But the Demon Assassin not too far behind, able to get herself out of that. Oh, looked for a net breaker, but Noelle able to reverse. Rosemary able to reverse, and this is a very back and forth, and another German suplex by Rosemary. And it seems like the Demon Assassin has an answer for everything that Noelle throws at her, and again just planting her down. This is not about winning anymore. This is about sending a message to every woman in the RCW locker room. And she said the war with the Outlaw Sisters is just one battle in a never-ending war. I'm not too sure what type of war she's referring to, but whatever it is with Rosemary, it can't be good, but Noelle takes her down. Now just a little bit of a working hold here on the Demon Assassin. But the veteranship of the Demon Assassin is able to break out of that one, and Noelle might just be outmatched here. Honestly. Looking for that back exploder suplex there. Oh no. Rosemary, what are you doing? Rosemary taking down the ref. I don't know why. Poison mist into the eyes of Noelle. Oh no, this could be bad here. This could spell bad for Noelle here. Looking for Red Wedding again. Red Wedding on Noelle. 1, 2, 3. Gets 1 fall. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match, remember. Oh, but Noelle looking for Iron Monarch here, or some type of arm bar. Probably loosening up the arms for the Iron Monarch. Trying to tie this one up. And she got Rosemary. And now it's tied up just like that. She got Rosemary to tap just like that. I didn't think it was going to be that quick. But Rosemary gets up to her feet. Rosemary lifting up Noelle now. Now Rosemary. Rosemary firing on all cylinders here as she takes Noelle down. Looking for that exploder suplex again, but Noelle Diamond takes Rosemary down here, looking for to win this matchup. And Rosemary just kicks out of that right away. Looking to extend the leg of the Demon Assassin, Rosemary. Rosemary trying to hang on, and she does. She gets out of that easily there. Looking for another armbar. This is what made her tap the first time. Rosemary able to get out of it and takes Noelle down. What a good way to get out of that one. Just a simple body slam to Noelle, and ooh, and kick right to the back. I take back what I said about her being outmatched. So far, this has been really good, and an exploder suplex from Noelle here. Or Rosemary, excuse me, on that one. Looking for Red Wedding again. See if she can hit it. Red Wedding on Noelle. 1, 2, 3. Rosemary is your winner. And Rosemary just laughing. Rosemary, I wouldn't be laughing. I wouldn't really be laughing. She almost had you there. She made you tap real quick. With a Demon Assassin. Very impressive. In her debut here on RCW. And there she is. A little bit of shades of Finn Balor, perhaps? Well, let's say Rosemary had this demon gimmick down even before Finn Balor was even alive. I think Finn Balor's younger than Rosemary, if I'm correct. As we have Paige going up against Candy Floss here. Candy Floss, a fellow wrestler for NXT UK. I talked about her signing and making her debut eventually. And why not make her debut against a fellow Britt and Paige? And Paige has been out of action for a little while due to medical reasons. We wanted to make sure that she was medically cleared to compete. And due to her neck injury and her retiring once, and her coming back, we wanted to make sure with her neck injury that there's no further issues, which is why she took a little bit of a hiatus from RCW for a little bit. Brian isn't out there with her, but I want you guys to pay attention to something real quick, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this, as if you follow the Instagram, or my Instagram anyway. If you don't, that's okay. That is completely fine. But if you follow the Instagram or any of my social medias, that would be greatly appreciated. You can find my YouTube channel in my panels. As well, if you're watching on Mixer, you can also find it in my profile by clicking the little YouTube link there. But I guarantee you guys are going to love this matchup. As Paige decided to do a little things on her own. She doesn't need Brian to be with her always. As if you pay attention to Paige's shirt there, that is our newest design here for RCW. I plan to actually get that in some merch there. That is the kind of freaky, kind of bad shirt made by yours truly for Brian Outlaw. Brian Outlaw wears that same exact design there when he comes out. As you know how much he loves Paige, and we know the history with Paige and the Outlaws. It is a pretty lengthy one. Paige showing up to Brian Outlaw's last match in MWE and been watching him for so many years, and then taking him over here to RCW. And she's about to face Candy Floss. Now, don't let the name fool you. She might be sweet, and she might have pink hair, and she might be cute, but it's all about sugar and arm bars. She loves candy for sure, hence the name Candy Floss. But don't let the name fool you. She's pretty brutal. Her arm bars are pretty brutal. I would not want to be on the subject end of the arm bars. Is swinging neck breaker there by Paige, and like I said, we haven't seen Paige in a while, and I'm pretty sure she's happy to be back in the RCW ring. She ducks under Candy Floss here. Just a back body drop to Candy Floss, and a super kick right to the face of Candy Floss, and Paige looking to make quick work of the 19-year-old. She had a dream to wrestle ever since she was a little girl, and she made that dream a reality. Got signed to WWE NXT UK and made her way here to RCW shortly after that. There's Candy Floss with a reversal. Now Candy Floss with a DDT of her own, taking down the former RCW Women's Champion. Now, I don't want to say upset, because that's not the right word, but what a win this would be for Candy Floss if she's able to knock off a former RCW Women's Champion in Paige in her debut match. She goes for the pin here and only gets a 1 count. Like I said, it's been a while since we've seen Paige here, so she might have a little bit of ring rust. But in my opinion, she was probably one of the greatest, if not one of the greatest WWE Women's Champions or Divas Champions or whatever you want to call it of all time. One of the key factors in the women's revolution in wrestling. We're so happy to have her here on RCW, just to give her a second chance at something that she loves so much that unfortunately was taken away from her. Looking for an elbow there, but Candy Floss with an elbow of her own. Again, Paige might be in some trouble here, but she reverses. Takes Candy down with authority. Uh-oh. I think I know what we're seeing here. This is what won her the Divas Championship, and a Paige turner on Candy Floss. And Candy kicks out at 2. Oh, but once Paige lets out that scream, you know what's going to happen. All hell's going to break loose. And a snap suplex by Paige there, but Candy able to reverse and gets an uppercut of her own. Taking down Paige. And now Paige has got to roll out. And Candy's taunting Paige a little bit, telling her to get back into the ring. I don't know if you want to... I don't know if she's kind of biting off more than she could chew here as Paige gets a suplex on Candy Floss. And again, lets out that scream that we know her so well for. Irish whip to the corner. What's Paige going to do here? Just pressing her boot against the chin. Candy Floss and scratching. Those boots got to be really dirty from all that they've been through. And Paige looking to end this with a rampage on Candy Floss. And I think it's safe to say that this is goodbye, Candy. But Paige lets go. Paige says, no, I'm not done. And you know how she is with the Outlaws. She aligned herself with the Outlaws, showing up to Bryan's match, and I think Bryan has taught her a thing or two. And Paige, you can't use that. You can't use that. Oh no, not the ref! Taking the ref down! And a super kick to Candy Floss, and I don't think Paige cares. I don't think Paige cares anymore. I don't think she's ever cared about nothing. As Candy takes away the chair from Paige and takes Paige down with a reverse Hurricane Rana there. And now Candy taking advantage. We've known Paige to get really angry. I don't know how Candy was able to land on her feet there as the ref trying to get rid of the chair, and he does. Ref doing his job the way it's meant to be done. As Paige with a quick reversal and a clothesline flooring Candy. All the momentum she just had went right out the window there. And again, taking the chair and putting it back in the ring. Is Candy Floss looking to make Paige a little dizzy here with a... And now Candy's on the comeback. Paige with the reversal though. But for some reason couldn't follow anything up with it. And now Candy... maybe looking to upset the women's champion with a DDT here. Former women's champion, I should say. Candy has been extremely impressive in this match. But Paige is able to find an answer for that and connecting barely on that clothesline there. Looking to go after the referee again with a drop kick and miss. Luckily, Aaron dodged the way out of that one and that drop kick landed. And now trying to use the chair on Candy, but Candy again gets it out of the way. And a German suplex to Paige. And Paige is in mad trouble right now with a knee right to the face. Paige gets up though. But Candy's able to reverse again. Reversal. I think Candy was going for a super kick and a German suplex of her own. Put that chair down, Paige. Put that chair down. Looking to go after the referee again. And she does. Backbreaker. And I think she's going to pick up the chair again. She's not done with this. And using the chair on Candy. I think she's just irritated. I think she's just wanting to send a message. Looking for the Page Turner again. Page Turner again on Candy Floss. She lets go. Oh, I think I know what she wants to do here. I think I know what she might be going for. We could see her possibly hit the Avalanche Rampage. But maybe not. This match should have been over minutes ago. But or a while ago, I should say. But Paige is, again, I don't know what she's doing, trying to punish Candy Floss with another Page Turner. She doesn't care about winning anymore. I don't think she cares. Looking to humiliate Candy Floss here. And another rampage on Candy Floss. Oh, but Paige isn't done. Looking for another one. Looking for another rampage on Candy. And another rampage on Candy Floss. Oh, not another. Looking for the trifecta. Paige, you've done enough. And a third rampage on Candy Floss for good measure. 1, 2, 3. And Paige with the win. Wow. I've seen some pretty brutal things from Paige. Her turning on Charlotte and Becky and Team PCB. And the whole AJ Lee and Paige rivalry, that whole rivalry there too as well. But I don't think I've ever seen Paige act like this. Never have I seen Paige be this brutal before. Channeling her inner outlaw, I guess. But Marielle! What's she doing here? Marielle attacking Paige! Planting Paige! Marielle! What are you doing? Kick right to the chest of Paige. Uh-oh. No, come on, Marielle, no! This is bad. Oh no. This is not gonna sit well with the Outlaws. This is definitely not gonna sit well with the Outlaws, and Marielle is very proud of herself. Attacking somebody who is very close to the Outlaws. If you think that the Outlaws were close in terms of like sisterhood and brotherhood, attacking somebody that is like family to the Outlaws, this is definitely not going to sit well, especially with Brian Outlaw. I don't know where the line is being drawn, but I think Marielle just went over it. As we have to worry about our main event, and it's a Hell in a Cell match versus Randy Orton, with J Rogue making his debut. Now, you might have noticed, J Rogue made some changes to his attire. However, his original attire isn't gone. He just thought making changes was the best way to do it. And what better way to have a debut match than with one of the best, Randy Orton. And I asked him, I said, why did you want a Hell in a Cell match? Why not just a normal match? He's like, I'm a rogue. I'm better than that. You know, you better give me the best opponent possible and the best stipulation possible, and that's exactly what we did in giving him a Hell in a Cell match. And there he is, the 716 native. From the streets of Buffalo to the rings of RCW, to an RCW ring. The Outlaws know him very well, as him and his whole entire family worked in MWE before coming here to RCW, so you might see these two on Lockdown. J Rogue himself, he is in the MWE Fractured Championship Tournament, which is taking place on Lockdown. He is in that tournament, and he's performing very well within that tournament. But he looks to show this RCW crowd what he is made of here, as he faces this man. He hears voices in his head and they talk to him. He is known as the Apex Predator, the Viper, the three deadliest letters in sports entertainment, RKO. Even though AJ Styles just says that he ripped off a cutter, but that remains to be seen. But Randy Orton looks to spoil the debut of J Rogue here in this Hell in a Cell match. The cage is being set down. Both men appear to be ready, and the bell has rung, and we are underway with a Canadian Destroyer from J Rogue to start this one off, and Jay just taking it to Randy, but Randy throwing him into the corner. Jay throws Randy back into the corner. What's he going for here? Maybe just a fist drop right to the face of the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. But Randy with a reversal and an uppercut. Neck breaker on Jay, and only gets a 1 count there as it's still very early in this match. Now working on the arm of Jay here. Now Jay, in terms of his wrestling style, he loves to use high-flying moves, quick moves, as well as very punishing moves. So, you know, he's got a lot of stuff in his arsenal. As Randy with the reversal as he reversed that drop kick, but J Rogue able to sniff that one out, and a snap suplex. And Jay trying to get himself pumped up, even though he might not have this crowd behind him. Picks up Randy and delivers a Samoan drop to the Viper. Making quick work of the veteran here. And a fist right to the face of Jay. I asked him, I said, why the mask? Why the bandana? Why are you wearing, you know, something to conceal yourself? He goes, it's not my features that they care about. It's what I do in the ring that matters. And in this judgmental society, you never know what you're going to get. And I have to say, he's not wrong on that one. He was all about going against everything that society has, you know, laid out for him. All these values in our terms of who's beautiful, who's not, who's successful, who's not. J Rogue likes to defy all of that. He doesn't pay attention to any of that as he lands corruption on Randy Orton. Possibly looking for the Rogue Stomp here. I've seen him land this Rogue Stomp on Randy Orton. And Randy is in a world of hurt here. But Randy kicked out at 2. Randy with a reversal though. And Randy just wrenching on the neck of Jay. And now Randy is fired up. Seeing Randy with that power slam there. Oh no, this is vintage Randy Orton looking for cradle DDT on Jay. Could that be enough? And no, Jay kicked out. Randy can't believe it. Uh-oh. He's gonna look to set it up. RKO! And Randy wins. Wow. Randy spoiling the debut of Jay. I cannot believe it. Jay wanted this match. It looked like he had Randy all wrapped up there. Especially after that Rogue stomp, as you can see here by this replay. I thought that was the end of it. One, two, just at two. But it took the cradle DDT and the RKO. And as Randy Orton says, it only takes one RKO to get to Viperville, and J Rogue definitely felt that. Viperville, population 1, and that is J Rogue. And the Viper is victorious here in our main event. Well, what does this mean for J Rogue, though? Did he bite off a little bit more than he could chew? I don't know. But I guarantee this isn't the last time we'll see these two in the ring together. And that is our show, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of RCW. I apologize for not having it on Wednesday at our normally scheduled time. I just wasn't feeling too well, and you gotta take care of yourself. And that's the most important thing, is make sure you are physically healthy, mentally healthy, and you're ready to go. And I wanted to make sure that I was. And so I took a break, or just kind of took a day off. And, it was the right thing to do for me. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't mind. I'm pretty sure you guys understand that completely. It's almost like, when you're too sick to go to school, or, you're feeling like crap or whatever. That was kind of like me yesterday. I wasn't feeling too well. My stomach was bugging me. I don't know what it was. It definitely wasn't the stomach bug. I rarely get sick. I don't really get sick at all. I was just having stomach problems, and, I just didn't feel well enough to stream, and that was pretty much, that was that. So I apologize for that, but, it happened. So, in the light of that, if that ever happens again, if I don't stream, it's never just not for no reason. Usually either I got other things to do, or I might not stream today, or I might not stream because I'm sick or something. So usually, if I don't stream, out of the event that this happens again, and I don't stream on my scheduled day, I'll usually try and schedule a makeup stream, a stream that makes up for whatever we were gonna stream on that scheduled day. Because I feel bad when I know I shouldn't, because I'm a person and I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But when I have a schedule, I'm that type of person that likes to abide by that schedule. Even if, it's like with me and my classes, my college classes, I like to have a certain schedule and I like to abide by that. I don't like changing it. I don't like changing it or anything like that. And I like to have things scheduled and have things organized. That's just how I roll. If I don't, for example, if any of us were going to go to an event somewhere, I would need to know weeks before, or a couple weeks before. Not a couple days before, a couple weeks before. Or maybe even a week before. Because otherwise, I don't know what I have going on. That way I have to make time for that particular thing and all that. And I'm pretty sure all of you that have a job that you go to every day, or even if you go to school, and you go to college, and even if you're in high school or in middle school or in junior high or whatever, you got to get up every morning and go to school. You got to do this. It's the same sort of thing. However, with streaming, it's a little different. If you don't want to stream one day, you don't have to. If you don't want to do this one day, you don't have to. But for me, I like being on a schedule and when I don't fulfill that, it's not that I feel bad. It's just that I try to prevent that from happening. I really try to prevent that with the best of my ability. I don't get sick a lot. Thank God to my immune system, but I don't get sick a lot. So I try to be on here and be a part of it with having schedule. I like doing that. I love doing it. Because that way you guys know when I'm streaming. I know what times I have to make for streaming. Because, with college and all the work that I gotta do, streaming revolves around that. So I have to make time to do my college work and time to do my streaming and stuff and other things. Not just streaming, but watching TV, watching my shows. Believe it or not, people don't really think about that as making time to do it, but I have Hulu, so I watch my shows and stuff like that. There's things that I do that I consider as part of my daily routine, and when I don't do that, kind of throws me off. You know what I'm saying? It's like that one day off, when we have days off, like when school would close. Sometimes I would forget that, it would be a Monday or it would be a Wednesday or whenever school closes or whenever we can't make the school. And, I would always think that, I don't know, Friday was Wednesday or Friday was Thursday or something like that. It's little things like that that easily throw me off. And when I don't stream, I feel bad because you guys are expecting me to do that. And I wouldn't say expecting, but you know what I mean. When somebody's got a schedule, and somebody knows when they're going to stream and they know, and most of you guys know the schedule. Most of you guys that have been on the channel for a while know the schedule, know how things roll. And you know what? When that happens, and I'm pretty sure all y'all are understanding, so I don't feel that bad. But you get what I mean. You get what I mean. I just don't want to, have that happen. Like if I can avoid not streaming not streaming for whatever reason on the days that I'm scheduled to stream, I will try and avoid that. Like I will purposely try and avoid anything that would interfere with my streaming habits and do what I need to do for you guys. I enjoy this. I enjoy the hell out of it. I love it. You guys love it. And that's the most important thing. And, as long as this keeps happening, as long as this, keeps going and you guys keep loving it and everything, I'll keep making it and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. You guys are freaking amazing, and I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but, I can't thank you guys enough for everything you do for the channel. Even if you have never seen the show before, this is your first time being here, or you've seen it multiple times, or whatever, it's however you found the channel, or however you found the show, or however you enjoy the show, if it's watching it live, or if it's watching it on demand, or on my YouTube channel, however you enjoy the show is however you enjoy the show. Just to know that you enjoy it, and, even if it's for an hour and 20, good hour and 30, if it brings you happiness and if it brings you enjoyment, I should say, then I'm doing my job then. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a content creator and as an entertainer. And, you know, I kid you not, like a lot of the times I go on YouTube and I'm like, okay, I want to watch this person, and you know, I'll go ahead and watch them, you know, because that's what I do, and it's fantastic, and I love you guys. I love everything that you guys do for the channel, everything that that, you know, comes with this show, and all the creativeness that goes into it. My buddy John, that helps me out with the show, and you know, everyone else that takes time out of their day to help me out, or if they don't, like, or when I'm always talking to them, or if I'm talking to somebody about the show, or if I reach out to somebody, they're always there and they reply back. You know, that's that's the kind of thing that makes me very appreciative, and I can't thank you guys enough for it, and can't thank anyone enough for what they do for the show. My colleagues, you know, my staff, as I refer to them, you know, they don't get paid to do this. I don't get paid to do this. I just do this for my love for wrestling and for the sake of entertaining you guys. And you know, it's something that I have a high passion for, and I appreciate all of you guys that, you know, that come in here, even if it's a couple of you. You know, it's just, it makes everything that I'm doing worthwhile. Not that it isn't otherwise, but you know, when you have people that enjoy, you know, what you do, and people see how much you enjoy what you do, and you know, they see your passion and they see your drive. You know, I know a lot of people that just love seeing people be so passionate about something, and using that passion to be positive, and to use that thing to bring people together. You know, it's like with music, and a lot of musicians that I look up to. You know, it's guys that like that have like passion for. It's people like that have passion for, you know, anything. You know, these wrestlers generally. You know, these wrestlers. You know, they put their bodies on the line for our entertainment, and like I said, you know, wrestling is, I've said this multiple times before in multiple streams, wrestling is one of those sports that is not like any other sport. The amount of interaction that you get with fans, like the wrestlers, fans is what drives them, or fans is what should drive them. Because, you know, face or heel, you know, their character is based on the fan reaction. You know, everything solely is based on fan reaction. You know, you might not think it is, but it actually is. You know, WWE is going to do whatever they want anyway. But at the full core of wrestling, fan interaction is the number one thing that drives these wrestlers. And I know because I've met them. I've met wrestlers. I've met pro wrestlers that do this for a living. Not for WWE, but do it on the indies. And, you know, it's guys that wrestle in a small freaking gym. And, you know, it's guys that literally, you know, most of the guys that I've met, you know, they're living good lives. Most of the wrestlers that I've met, they're living good lives. The indie wrestlers. And, you know, they're everyday people. They're normal people that you see on the street. And, you know, it's just like with WWE guys. You know, they're normal people, but at the same time, it's like the indie guys, I feel like they cherish it more than anyone. Not to say that the WWE guys don't. But you see some of these people on the indies, and if you ever get a chance to go to any indie event, whether it's local wrestling around you, like wrestling that's like this, whether it's local wrestling around you or whatever, I highly recommend you do it, because you're definitely going to meet some people that change your life, and just change the way you think about wrestling, change the way you look at the athletes that do wrestling. You know, because if I never met any of those guys, I mean, I was always a fan of wrestling, but I never understood what it was like to be in that world. I never understood, you know, I never got that first-hand experience. And when I went to, I've been to WWE events, but nothing like the indie events, where I actually got to walk around and meet the wrestlers, meet the people that were entertaining me for my own personal enjoyment, and talking with them for 10 to 15 minutes and taking pictures with them, getting, you know, t-shirts that maybe a 10-year-old could make, but were still cool anyway. You know, stuff like that. It's those experiences that made me want to become a part of the wrestling world. That made me realize exactly just what I want to do with my degree, what I want to do for the rest of my life. And this was when I was still into music, and when I was still like deeply into music and wanted to become a music producer and stuff like that. Like, I realized that wrestling was the place for me when I went to those indie events. When I realized the interactions that you can have. And I started to become more familiar with wrestling and stuff like that. When I realized all of that, you know, that's when I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. You know, and I needed, like me, I was like, I need to do this for the rest of my life. You know, I need to do this for the rest of my life. I need to do this until I retire and I can't do it anymore. And I now understand why Paige was so upset that her career was cut short. I understand why. Before, I didn't. Well, before I still did. You know, having something that you've been doing for so many years and something that you've worked your butt off to get to, and you knowing the amount of, you know, the revolution that took place in wrestling, that she was a part of that, and knowing that she was a big part of that, and feeling that way, like, and seeing how everything has transpired now that she's retired. Like, I understand now why that hurt so bad. Why, you know, it's, you know, and me not being able to be a physical wrestler, you know, that hurts. That stings every single day. I'll tell you that. That freaking stings all the time. You know, and I've dealt with it. You know, and, you know, you can't dwell on the things that you can't do. But, you know, I was so determined to want to become a part of the wrestling industry. Like, after I transferred from college, like, this is what I wanted to do. I realized that I was a big fan of wrestling, and that there's so many different things that you can do to get involved in wrestling. You don't gotta be a wrestler. You can be a writer, you can be whatever. You can be a manager. You know, you can read a script and be a manager or whatever. You know, you don't have to be a wrestler to get the full enjoyment. Just being a part of that world and the creativeness that goes into it. Like with this show, for example. Like, that's fun regardless. But I'm really excited to see where this takes me. And I'm really excited to see what you guys think of this season as we're getting, or the end of this season as we're getting closer and closer to the end of this season in particular. So, I'm done ranting at you, or I'm done babbling your ear off, or talking your ear off. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for the show, allowing me to talk to you guys and allowing me to turn my passion into something that I never thought I would turn it into. And you guys are great. I'm here for all y'all guys. We're a family, the Botcher family. You know, the Botchers. You know, this is a family. This is a community, and I want all you guys to feel that way. That you're a part of a community, and that your viewership and your interactions and everything that you do to interact with the show and what we do is meaningful. And excuse me. And that's exactly why I do what I do. I have a passion for it. You guys love it. And my passion for wrestling will never go away. You know, like I told you guys, you know, I was the type of person that had it, like when you're into something for a while and then you get off of it. You know, like I was explaining at the beginning of the stream. That's exactly what happened. But my passion for wrestling will never go away, and that's because of you guys. It's not just because of you guys, but, you know, I've loved wrestling, but this has made me love wrestling even more than ever before, and wanted to make... This is what really drove me to transfer colleges and to, you know, explore the wrestling industry a lot more. And I'd like to thank all of you for that. So thank you guys for joining me today, and I will catch you guys on Friday for the episode of Lockdown. So that should be fun. So I'll catch you guys at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday for Lockdown. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.